Hey, thank you so much, guys, for watching my videos, my YouTube channel. It's been amazing. Thank you, because I don't take it for granted, guys, that you're watching my videos. It's been amazing. It's been a journey. It's been a process of trying to be all I can be, and be all I can be, and try to be to get better every day, and try to plan myself, and above all, at least try to improve my video presentation every day. you know Always asking a lot of questions. What exactly should I talk about? I talk about mostly healthcare issues, treatment in the hospital as a nurse, and I've been sharing experiences about my experiences as a nurse, and different aspects of it. It's been amazing. It's been great so far, and I don't take it for granted that you guys are watching my videos. So it's been good so far, so good. So thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching my videos. It's been a journey, and it's been a process, guys. And this particular day, guys, we've been exploring different kind of subjects, different topics, multiple industries, issues around healthcare, and it's been great so far. And I don't say, or just say that I've done the best. Not really. I've tried to at least put up a video every single day, which is a serious job. Not too serious, but now I kindly request you guys to just give feedback, just advice, just give honest opinion about my video presentation. So one of my fans commented on, like, when I do videos when I'm driving, I should be able to show around. So I had the problem of I didn't have a phone mounting that sticks on the dashboard, that is able to get a view of the front as I drive. But I'm working on that, and the camera that I use in my vehicle also doesn't have a mount, so I'm trying to work on that. I'll try to make it interesting by showing the environments and the neighborhoods, the vicinities, and the outside of the vehicle. When you're driving, you make, at least for the sake of making the videos interesting. So just in pursuit of greatness, in terms of presenting my ideas, presenting my videos, and creating a conversation, and in this particular case, a coherent conversation, which I don't say that it's gonna be something else. I mean, it can be good, it can be bad, but we can't say with finality that that's what works. But what I can promise is that I will try. I'm trying, and I hope I get to get better every day. I get to present my ideas, my content with clarity, and make it more enjoyable, and make it more admirable, that you guys are able to follow and even get interested with this. So in pursuit of this process or journey also, so yesterday I talked about what my father, greatest of all time guy, used to tell us And I talked about some issues, he would tell me, or he would tell us as his kids what works. There are a couple of issues, a couple of things that my father told us. And I'm almost becoming of age now, because growing up, some of the mistakes that we made as kids was, at times I thought it was just too much, and at times my parents would just try to take care of us until we got to the age of reason, an age that we could make decisions and decide what works for us and what exactly we are supposed to avoid. Of course, we were given things that we were not supposed to do. But when I look back, the things that my father told us that works are just a lot of issues, a lot of things, a lot of ideas, which I've come to realize that they really worked. These ideas were, then I didn't know, now I know they were the future. And they've come to pass, most of them. And from that, I've been able to actually get to understand better that, you can become all you can be if you have passion for it and not a fraction thereof. You can become all you can be 24/7, 365 if you have passion for that and not a fraction thereof. I hope we're getting that clearly, that you can be all you can be. My father, I used to complain a lot. Like, my dad is too strict. He's all the time about business. My dad was always about business. He never took day offs. He never had day offs. Mostly he had day offs, maybe on Sundays to go to church. But he never had day offs in the most part. Even after his retirement, actually, he was paid allowances and stipend for, he bought off his holidays. He used to keep holidays, and he would even go to school and teach kids even during weekends, early mornings and late evenings, just for free, because of his passion for education. So he had different connotations about issues and about life. Like, you can become all you want to be all the time if you have passion for that, and that you're not supposed to put a fraction thereof. Not like if you want to be all you can be. My dad was for the idea that you can never be half. You should be always about business, 100%, 100%. And then when I look back and see what my life has turned out to be, all that was just true, 100%. Because when you come from those points of being all you can be 24/7, 365, no time wasting. My dad was big on no time wasting. No time wasting, to explain that, it was like, if you say you're gonna do something, you have to put time when you're gonna do this, the specific timelines under which you have to accomplish exactly what you wanna do. You had to be going. You had to account for your time. You had to account for the time spent every day. You had to have goals. My dad used to tell us to have goals, at least to have 4 goals every day. That you write them down, and at the end of the day, you never go back to bed before you accomplish all the 3 goals. The 4 goals. He used to say at least 4. And these 4, I used to always think it is these big ideas or big things that you have to do. No, he made it very clear that you break down your goals into daily action or activities, and that's where you derive your goals, specific goals, like your daily lives, like every day. If you say you're gonna make cold calling, for example, if you're doing sales, you must make sure you have target. How many cold calls are you gonna make every day, right? How many? It was not like amorphous. Okay, I'm gonna call people, and then you make a few mediocre calls. You never get to the people who make decisions, because my dad used to say that if you're selling something, you have to get to the person who is supposed to be the seller, or the person who is the real person who make decisions around purchase of the things you're selling. Not like you call and you don't find them, you don't leave even a voice message, and then you count. You don't count those calls. You count the goals that you are able to get to the person who make decisions. So let me tell you something very interesting, by the way, that my father told us, and one of the mentors that I've been working with, he told me the same thing, that how long, or what is the cost of making $1 million, for example. My father said clearly, and he used to talk about making more than 2,000 cold calls for you to get a business, for you to close a sale. 2,000 cold calls in a year. That's how many cold calls a day? That's more than 300 cold calls in a day. If you did that for the next 10 years, like you're making cold calls every day, and you get to the right people who make decisions around the things that you're looking to purchase, you do that for the next year. My dad would even say he's gonna bet that if you come back with nothing, I'll pay. If you come back with nothing, he promised he was to pay. So, can you imagine, like right now, you have this passion for the things that you want to do, and you know for sure that you feel you have something inside of you that you can do something to make $1 million, and that will change the life of your life, your family's life, and other people. But you have no chance of doing that. You have no chance. Can you imagine that? So, if somebody told you that you add 2,000 cold calls to your $1 million, most of us will give up. Probably say that that's ridiculous. There's no way I can make 300 cold calls a day. Are you able to do that? Calls for discipline. It calls for doing an extra more than what people expect. It calls for discipline. It called for making making priority, organizing. We talk about prioritize, organize, and discipline. You need all those attributes for you to be effective in what we do. That's never been easy, and it will never be easy. It's always hard. And the more hard it is, even the more fulfilling it is, whatever you're looking to achieve. Guys, thank you so much for watching my videos this time, and I welcome you to continue watching my videos. Please just do all you can do. Please, if you take time, just leave my videos playing so that at least I can get to see what we are building together. Come on, guys. Thank you so much. Remember, this is registered nurse Richard Ogachi, and I can't complain. I'm happy now that I'm able to make this kind of videos, and I hope that this is gonna go a long way. So guys, thank you so much, and see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye bye, guys.